It is said that even a true tzaddik cannot reach the spiritual levels that a Baal Teshuvah can reach. How does this work? Is it only by having previously sinned that a person can reach these levels?
You understand quite well that that's an academic question. It's not a practical question. The reason it's not a practical question is because I believe that the vast majority of so-called FFBs are Baal Teshuvah, or at least they're in need of Teshuvah. There's a quote from the Lev Simcha, from the Friedrich Gerrer, the father of the current Gerrer Rebbe, which is brilliant. A chassid came into him and they were discussing someone. And this chassid commented in a pejorative way, not a nice way, about that person as about Teshuvah. He's about Teshuvah. So the Gerrer Rebbe says to this chassid, indeed, bist nicht about Teshuvah. You're not about Teshuvah. So the Rebbe, me? I'm an FFB from birth. I'm a big tzaddik. So the Gerrer Rebbe, without hesitating, says, why aren't you about Teshuvah? We can all do Teshuvah. And we can all do Teshuvah even for things which have a shaykhis, which all klippos at meis lagam. That means averes. There's not a lot of tzaddikim running around. When I say tzaddikim, I mean tzaddikim b'shem ha'mushal. We all need to do Teshuvah. So the problem with this idea that the Baal Teshuvah is higher than the tzaddik applies to those individuals who are in fact tzaddikim. We are Baal Teshuvah. We struggle just like any Baal Teshuvah, and in certain ways our struggles are worse. In certain ways their struggles are worse. And we certainly can do Teshuvah. And if we do Teshuvah and sustain the Teshuvah, you see, a Teshuvah lasts a minute, or a day, or a week, or a month, or a year. For Teshuvah to last for a lifetime, that a person does Teshuvah, and their entire life is in the spirit of Teshuvah, anybody in our generation who is like us, who's very far from a Beinoni, can do that and achieve it and be in the level of Baal Teshuvah, which is higher than a tzaddik. But of course, it's very difficult. It's difficult for the Baal Teshuvah also. A Baal Teshuvah once told me, I started out of the Baal Teshuvah and I was higher than tzaddikim, and now I'm a zlob just like you. He was honest. And it's true, at least in most cases. I have met in my life a few people who were Baal Teshuvah, who did Teshuvah till the day they died, and they were mamish tzaddikim. They were mamish chassidish yidden. They were in the highest madreges. Extraordinary people. Extraordinary people. I'll mention someone whose name His name was Abazil Wasserman al-Vashalom. Anybody who knew him understood this Gemara, understood what it means that a Baal Teshuvah stands higher than a tzaddik, because he never finished doing Teshuvah. He was just such a chassidish yid. His life was so much Teshuvah. So, without getting to the question, the answer is we could do Teshuvah. And Teshuvah is an incredibly powerful thing. I heard once from a younger man that it was nittel. And he went over to Reb Mendel Futterfass on nittel, and he said to Reb Mendel, I can't learn, what should I do? And I don't know the spirit of his question, but Reb Mendel did not respond very well. Reb Mendel snapped as if he was upset with him for asking the question, do Teshuvah. Do Teshuvah. You can't learn, you can't daven. Do Teshuvah you can do. And this is a very powerful lesson. And on a very, very simple level, it pashat means all of us live a life. And the thing we want out of life most is that everything should become comfortable and remain the same and unchanging. Those of us who are no longer 12 or 8 or 16 or even 20, when our lives were changing so much and we were constantly learning new things, and we were excited about the changes in our lives, and then we got married and we settled down and we built a life for ourselves, and all we want in our lives is that things should remain the same, we can all use a little Teshuvah. We can all use a jolt of going out of ourselves and exceeding ourselves and transcending ourselves and becoming close to Hashem in a way that's real and sustainable, and we don't have to worry about the problem of a tzaddik not getting close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now your question is a valid question. I'll tell you the answer next time.